Weather Channel. 5 reasons to stay out of floodwaters. How do you do it?
Turn around, your car is not a boat. What was that commercial that they had running for a long time? Stop, don't drown. Turn around, your car is not a boat.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I'll get it in a minute. Turn around.
Don't drown. Yeah.
Your car is not a boat.
Now, they couldn't do that when they had the Volkswagen Beetle, the original Beetles, because those flooded.
Did they really?
Yeah, yeah. Should be hilarious.
You think? You would think.
Yes.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your hosts, Travis Holmes and Shayne McManus.
Shayne!
Hello, Travis.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. It's been a couple weeks. We've been redesigning the studio here. So if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, my studio is all like done up now. I built a new wall. I've got a new access door. We've cut this big 800 square foot room in half.
It looks really good.
Thanks.
If you notice behind me, it's the same shit.
Well, your room has windows and stuff. My room up here has no windows at all because it's above a 3-car garage. So there's no like actual windows or panels or anything. So I can make it nice and dark and cave-like.
Well, I was getting concerned. I mean, I'm waiting on the Grim Reaper to come walking in there.
No.
Sacrifice somebody on the couch behind you.
Well, I can change all the lighting and stuff. So this is the lighting I chose.
Make it happy. Those pastel colors. Like make it look like Easter in there. Can you change the colors around?
Yeah, I've got them all program preset. I would physically, if I wanted to change each individual color, I'd have to move the slider and move the slider and move the slider.
God, no, we can't have that kind of
because
manual labor going on. I don't want your finger getting thrown out of socket.
You know, we got compliments the other day about some of our short videos that are on TikToks.
No.
Yeah. Some people go, the studio and everything. You and Shayne look good on TikTok, and I said, well, thank you very much. So there you go, TikTok famous
on anything, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh. Do you watch TikTok at all?
I don't.
Okay, good.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Why is it good that I don't?
I don't know. Why is it good that you do?
I'm interested in TikTok, but I'm kind of taking a social media fast right now.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes it just look, I get tired of the same people posting the same stupid crap, especially on Facebook. I don't care what you ate today. I don't care what you ate for breakfast. I don't care what you ate for lunch. I don't care what you ate for dinner. I don't care that, this is what I threw up, what I had for people just post the dumbest stuff. And then you know what really gets me?
Yes.
Prayers needed. That's it.
Yeah. Can't define what's going on in my life, but I need prayers and thoughts. You know, I respect my privacy, but pray for me. And I always do have you seen the red emo or red Elmo guy, and he's doing Hell Satan and the fire's behind him. I always do the red Muppet or whatever, and he's doing Hail Satan. So I always send him that one. There you go. Fuck you. You want prayers and thoughts and stuff? Hail Satan. I'll pray how you pray, or I'll pray how I pray, and you pray how you pray. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, tell me now you've piqued my curiosity. What's going on?
What, on TikTok?
I'm going to sit here and think about it the rest of the day. What in the world is going on over there that you just throw that out random? I call it a drive-by prayer request.
Well, sometimes I watch TikTok and you get like these little hacks and stuff. And for whatever reason, Shayne, well, I know what the reason is. We have a well system here on our property. Now, we have good water. We have really, really good water. There's no rust in it. There's no sulfur smell. There's nothing bad. We have a water softener out there. We have filtrated water. Everything is good. The problem is cleaning the toilets. Yeah, I've got my own toilet, and my wife's got her own toilet, and just cleaning the toilets. It's not the most glamorous thing to do. So I always see, I'm a sucker for those drop-ins. Drop-ins, the blue ones, the purple ones, the bleach ones. I'm a sucker for them. They work, sort of 50-50. But you still have to wipe the inside the bowl and all that stuff. My wife hates the blue ones. She's like, it looks like a truck stop. I'm like, all right, it's me and you in the house. Who else is coming in the house?
Yeah, would you rather smell that or smell what I left in there?
Big 18-wheeler pulls up. You got a bathroom I can use? No, it's not a truck stop. You got the blue water. I'm going.
Yeah. Hey, they said advertise blue water here at this location.
Right.
So that's where I showed up. And
I have tried all the different techniques on TikToks to keep the bowl clean. One of the techniques that I saw was to take a tube of toothpaste, the whitening tube of toothpaste, and cut on the end, not where the cap is, cut the corners off. Cut like if you were to eat a Mickey Mouse ice cream, bite the ears off. Cut those corners off, and then stab it a couple times, like you used to do with the Miss Stretch Armstrong. To see the jelly inside. Stab it a couple times, and then just put the whole thing in the tank. Just let it be.
It doesn't get flushed down?
No, in the tank. No, it won't.
Oh, the tank. Okay, the tank.
In
not
the tank.
bowl, the tank.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's in the tank, and honestly, it worked pretty good, but not enough for my liking. I don't want to touch the bowl at all inside. And sometimes you get that little black.
You don't have to. All you got to do is get a brush.
Well, I'm not that I'm sticking my fingers in there. No, I don't want to have to take the brush and do that. I don't want to have to do. So that was in there for a while. And I was like, okay. And then I saw another one, and it said, grab a thing of like Mr. Clean or Fabuloso or one of those, concentrated, liquid detergent that you use to, to wipe down the floors and whatever you do with it, and poke holes at the top, where the air is, because it's not filled up all the way. Poke little needle holes in it with the cap on, turn it upside down, and put it in the tank. And then every time you flush, a little bit will leak out, a little bit will leak out. It smells really good, and it'll clean your bowl. So I took the toothpaste out. That was in there for like 2 months. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. Toothpaste still in there. It's, it hasn't dissipated or anything like that. And then I did the Mr. Clean, whatever, with Gain Smell. I'll tell you what, my toilet smelled so good every time I flushed. But as far as cleaning it, no. It didn't work. It didn't work. So I fell for 2 of them.
Well, I have to invent some device for lazy ass people that don't want to clean their toilet. Maybe you get the scrubbing bubbles. They do it themselves. But straight up bleach covers a multitude of sins.
Right,
Just spray bleach in there. That black mold that grows underneath the lip.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to touch that.
You don't have to. You just spray it.
I'm going to take ammonia and bleach and mix it together and then spray the toilet.
Don't use ammonia. Ammonia is worthless. Ammonia does nothing.
That's the formula for mustard gas.
I guess. Just spray just straight up bleach in there, or get a good strong bleach cleaner. Spray it around there, and it will dissolve the mold, and you just flush, and it all goes away.
I've got the drop-ins. The drop-ins that say contain bleach.
You gotta
Oxy contains bleach drop-ins, and I put it in the tank.
Yeah, but it doesn't get all the way around.
The water gets all the way around. When you flush it, you've got all the little pinholes.
You've got to concentrate it. So what you do is flush it. Listen to me.
All right, I'm listening.
You flush it, and then don't let it fill back up with water. Right?
Don't let what fill back?
Don't let the bowl fill back up with water.
Okay.
Spray bleach in there. Let it sit for 20 minutes. Come back in. Flush. You're done.
Knowing my luck, Shayne, because it is literally a water closet. Like it is wide enough for me to sit there and both my knees hit the opposite walls from each other, because it's that type of bathroom. It's just a door with a small room in there. And I know if I was to spray bleach, the paint on the wall is going to be like sparkling. The paint is going to come off. I'm going to end up bleaching the walls too.
You just have that bad of an aim? I mean, you got to...
I'm cleaning the toilet. I'm cleaning the toilet, Shayne. I've got some kind of bad aim. Cleaning behind it.
Well, I mean, that's a different story. I mean, that's just man stuff there. But
it's still the same thing. Bad aim is bad aim.
That's true. Well, I don't know what to tell you then. You're just going to have to figure it out. That's what I do. I spray bleach in there, just let it kill everything, and then I'm
How many
go in there with a Clorox wipe and I'm done.
How many bathrooms do you have in your house?
3.
3? Yeah. Well, a toilet, I'm assuming, in every one of them.
Yeah, 2 full and a half.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we have here. But here's the thing. My dad has the other bathroom, the other full bath. It's on the other side of the house, the west wing of the house.
Well, don't go in there.
Well, here's the thing. When I was cleaning out, when my mom passed away and I was cleaning out their house down in Florida, they had 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, and 1 bath was my dad's. That was his. You would swear that 5-year-old kids lived there. There was piss all over the floor, all over the wall, all over everything. And I'm like, and I couldn't even go in there. We hired a house cleaner, and she said, "Oh, no." She got in there. She goes, no, I need this amount of money. I'm like, whatever you want to charge me, you go right ahead. It's coming out of my...
No, senor, dry piece. Dry piece, no, senor.
So I'm looking at I'm thinking about that now with my dad, and I don't go in his bathroom at all. He does his thing on that side of the house if he wants to pee and shit and piss all over the floor. Here's the thing, though. Her niece, my wife's niece, is coming up with her new boyfriend the first week of November. Now, you got my dad's. We have 2 bedrooms and that full bath on the east side or the west side of the house. They are going to have to share my dad's bathroom. And
somebody's got to clean it.
This niece, I think she's 23, 24 years old. I think her new boyfriend's about the same age. And, remember us at 23, 24 years old? Ew, I'm not going to go in that bathroom. And his bathroom smells like a hospital because of all of his medicines. Every other day he's putting some kind of cream or salve on his body because, he's got that old people skin where you fart and 3 layers come flying off of you, that type thing.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to get in there and clean it. Make him do it.
I will tell my dad, we've got company coming over. This bathroom needs to be spotless. Now, I have gone and bought him like a Zep shower curtain spray because it's a claw tub, but it's got the shower curtain around the claw tub. And so, spray this down, Dad. I need you to keep this bathroom clean. I don't want to mess. Plus, we have hardwood floors in there. And I'm talking solid white oak floors, hardwood floors in there. So
only the best.
Me. But if water sits on those wood floors for any length of time, you know what happens? They turn dark. They turn black.
And they start peeling up, too.
No,
swelling up.
They swell up, yeah, but they don't necessarily peel up. But, yeah, they're hardwood.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They blister up.
Well, I was in the military, and I had to, when I was in basic training, they made us get down on the floor. You hear the stories.
With the toothbrush?
Literally, with the toothbrush, and you had to scrub the grout in the tile.
But you had nothing to do that day. You had nothing to do that day.
Yes, you did. You had to do that every single day before you went to bed. That was the last thing you did. They would make us so we had, I don't know if you can remember like the old school, it's probably the same thing. The floors, in your school where they would go in and strip the floors and have the little buffer thing.
You mean
re-wax them?
Those asbestos squares that were on the floor?
Yeah, whatever that is. But the same thing was there. And instead of us having this big, buffer thing, we had to get down there. They gave us a length of nylon, some sort of belt. And then I had a clip-on belt buckle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't know So we would have to cut the excess of those belts off. Some sort of fabric. I don't know what it was. But the excess, they would make us take that fabric and get down on our hands and knees and scrub up the black marks, that always got on the floor.
Right.
So we would have to just get hands and knees. So I came out of that place a neat freak. So I cannot stand, every time I go to clean a toilet, there's always that one hair, and it's a questionable hair. What hair? Where did it come from?
Studies have shown you're walking around the house. Nope. It's definitely not yours.
Of course, it's on the background of a white porcelain toilet, and it never goes away. I don't care how many times you wipe. It's like that Richard Pryor bit, that one chunk. You flushed in one chunk. Now that one chunk come back. What did that chunk want?
I don't remember that, but your impression is awesome.
It's spot on, isn't it?
Shayne, I got some good news.
Somebody's coming to cleaning your toilet.
No, I wish. Not yet. We'll figure that one out here. We got a whole month to figure that out. I got you something.
You got me something?
I got you something. Well,
nobody ever buys me. I hope it's not syphilis.
it's not.
Okay.
It's a cure for syphilis. So there you go. All right, guys.
It's a cure for syphilis. May cause gonorrhea.
All right. Go check out us on YouTube. We'll be right back. All right. Take off.
All right, be back.
All right.
Hey, you want to go?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, shoot.
What happened?
The dog's eye.
Fall out again?
Yeah. What's glass?
so much work.
Well, I've explained it to you, but the more time she spends outside, it seems like the worse it gets. Anyway, she doesn't produce tears, and it can be painful.
I know.
Me, on the other hand,
I'm a big
I cry all the freaking time.
pussy.
I've been accused of being one of
Shayne,
those.
are you a fan of the Transformer movies?
Yeah. I don't really watch movies, but yeah.
Have you seen the Transformer movies? Mm-hmm. Did you like them? Or you not like them?
Yeah, I mean they're yeah.
I
I gotta be in the mood for it.
I watched the latest one the other day.
No, I haven't seen any of the new ones.
Well, the latest one is like, I think, The Rise of the Beast or something like that. And I'm sitting there, and it's horrible. It's like I'm automatically on Prime already. And I'm sitting there, I'm like going, there's no main characters, there's no main actors, there's no named actors. You know, for a while there, you had, what's the girl with thumbs or toes for thumbs?
Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox, and then you had Shia LaBeouf. Marky Mark was another one that was in it, and now it's some Mexican kid. He's the lead role. Literally, I mean, yeah. Oh my God! Look at the monsters! Run for your life! Hey, where you going in my car, S.A.? Holy shit! It's a fucking robot! I fucking did not know. Holy gay! Check this shit out, man. Look at this fucking car. It fucking walks now, man. It's got the fucking lean, too. Look at this. That's the way the new Transformer movie is.
He's probably trying to figure out how to make it bounce.
Yeah. I can put hydraulics over there. And anyway, so I was watching it, and like,
pretty good impression, by the way.
Thank you. Like 15 minutes into it, as soon as I saw the first Transformer go, you know, do the noise and stuff, I go, I'm out. Turned it off because I was like going, you know what I really loved years ago was dubstep music. Dubstep, I love it. The chaos and the energy that dubstep music gave you. Amy could not stand it, but you know, I like country music, and this ain't country music. I love dubstep.
But you just ran off half the listeners.
The other 1,400 that were listening that love dubstep. But no, I mean, and then the Transformer movie came out, and they were using, in a loose way, they were using the square waves and stuff that make up dubstep music to resemble or simulate the transforming of the robots. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden dubstep's not around anymore because Transformer movie got rid of or tainted dubstep music, and you were like going, what are you listening to? That's the sound effects from Transformer movie? No, I'm listening to dubstep. This is, you know, Vax and all these other ones, Skrillex.
Well, what sound effects did they use back in, you know, Transformers was big in the 80s. What did they use back then?
They just had a guy going like this on the microphone, talking about SMR or whatever. He would go like this.
Oh,
that's all they did. Yeah. But now they're trying to spice it up anyway. So
well, that's a pretty cool sound. I mean, I had the Transformer toys when I was a kid.
Oh, you collected them?
I did.
I only had, I think I had 2 Transformers. One was Megatron as the gun, and the second one was I don't know, the car or something like that.
I had all of them.
Did you really?
I had the Megatron. I had the I had Optimus Prime. My favorite one was, you remember Megatron had or was it Megatron that had he was the cassette player?
No, that's Soundwave.
Soundwave.
I had him.
Yeah, I had Soundwave, but my favorite one was the cassettes themselves. One was an eagle and the other one was a dog
or a panther or something. Yeah. I had that guy. I don't know.
I love that, but
do you still have them or no?
Oh, no.
I think I still have mine. I think I got them in a.
Well, if they're original stuff, I mean, I had all the Star Wars stuff. I had all I had all that stuff when I was a kid. But it's probably worth a bunch of money now. But yeah, people are still collecting that stuff.
That's what you should do, Shayne. Screw the hobby. Just start collecting stuff. Spending money on worthless items. Like my mom. When she passed away, she had all these friggin' precious moment figurines all over the whole entire house. She had Thomas Kincaid. She had Norman Rockwell paintings all over the house. I could not give these things away after she passed away. What is that, Norman Rockwell? Fuck him. He's no Bob Ross. But I mean, still,
no Bob. Yeah.
She had all these paintings and stuff, and every Christmas she'd be like, "Oh, it's another Norman Rockwell. It's another precious moment," and she would collect these things and collect them.
She enjoyed it. That's something that she enjoyed.
And now they're sitting in a friggin' cardboard box, barely wrapped up with bubble wrap, and like the heads and the ears are breaking off because they're sitting in a box that Well,
that's the biggest reason I don't collect anything. It's because, first of all, most of those collectibles are expensive. Who's going to collect eraser heads? I'm sure there's somebody out there that does it, but when I was a kid, I don't know if you remember, like, you could get them in a package at the convenience store, but it was a little football helmet, and then it had a gumball in it, and it came in a little plastic bag. This was back in the 80s. That's how pitiful we were back then. But you got a little football helmet, NFL football helmet. It had a gumball in it, and I used to collect those things.
What, just the helmet or the gumballs?
No, I'd always chew the gumball, and then I used to collect baseball cards.
I still have the expensive ones, again wrapped up down underneath my staircase. I still have them too. Do you really? You have books of them?
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Well, no, let me take that back. I had books of them.
Where'd they go?
My mom threw them up under the house one day.
Under the house?
Under the house, and they turned into fuzz.
Keep the rats out or something?
I don't know. She just, she stored stuff in the crawl space. Like my dad was a boxer. He had tons of trophies from his boxing. She threw all those under there in a box, and then they just ended up looking like some rusted something at the bottom of the ocean.
Melted.
Yeah, but I've thought about collecting something. But what do you collect at age 50?
Well, I don't collect a lot. I just got this little thing. I got my little AC/DC that I think it's Tom McFarlane, whoever designed these. Mm-hmm. My little AC/DC guy, and then I've got this guy here, my Napoleon Dynamite. I've got that guy.
Love Napoleon Dynamite.
And then I got my can of Booty Sweat from Tropic Thunder. Those are the only things I collect.
Nice. So you wouldn't be like Amy collects horses.
Jesus, tell me about it.
But I don't know. I can't think of any. If I were to collect something, I would guess it would be something from my childhood, like Star Wars stuff, or like we were talking about. But God, that stuff's just expensive.
It's not even worth it.
All of those.
It's
I
not
had
worth
all of those
it.
toys.
It's not worth it. Like I said, when I went through my mom's house, and I remember growing up as a kid, and every time, one of the family members, because that's all they did, old hens would collect stuff. All the sisters and sisters-in-laws and all that stuff, they would collect shit. And then when she passed away, I said, I got all these boxes. Nobody wants them. Nobody in the family wants them. Now, I did buy her something that I knew would increase in value. And the reason why I say that is because there's an artist out there called by the name of Yadro. That's LLAD.
Yeah, it's Yanni's brother.
Yeah. But I would get her a Yadro statue every year because I knew he only made so many statues per year, and then I know the prices of it. I've got a statue of a cat playing with a ball. It's a Yadro statue that he made. I think I bought it for like $200 and something. It's almost $3,000 right now.
Listen.
I'm listening.
My wife This would be Phil's sister.
Okay.
She didn't have to work. Her husband made really good. He worked for Ford or something. Anyway, she was a collector. That's what she did. And I'm telling you, the stuff that this woman collected, Waterford crystal.
Yeah.
She collected. She had every Disney movie. She had every. I mean, it's unreal what this woman had.
But it's only as valuable as the person who values it.
Yeah, I mean, but the stuff was expensive. But you know, it was. But she collected jewelry.
Yeah, I mean,
not the fake stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
she
gems and stones and stuff do go up in value, but you know, you got to find the right person. Don't take it to the pawn shop and, you know, put a whole bunch of, $10,000 worth of jewelry. I'll give you $400.
I would, if I were ventured to guess how much she spent on her collectibles through her lifetime, it would be over $1 million. But that stuff's still sitting there.
Now valued at $555,000.
Yeah. I mean, she's passed away now, but you know, it's just sitting in a house.
But you got to do something with it. I mean, you got to, you physically, that's what sucks. When the person passes away, you're like going, what the fuck am I going to do with this shit now? And you take the shit and you go, hey, do you guys want this? You know, you do a garage sale or something, or do you have the time or the effort or the knowledge to take it to someone and say, hey, look, you know, I've got this Waterford crystal. Of course you go to like a jeweler or something like that. But
well, yeah, but I mean, my wife wants all of it, but she wants it for sentimental purposes. She doesn't. You know, she wants it because that was her aunt's collection.
Right.
And it spanned every, I mean, she collected everything you can think of, but all of it has value. It's expensive, but there's no room in this house here to display all of it. So it would just have to sit in boxes. So I'm thinking to myself, sell it.
Start selling pieces off.
But she'll never do that. She would never do it because of the sentimental value. You know, it's still with her son. He has it, and I don't know, you know, what he's going to end up doing with it. He'd give Stephanie whatever she wanted out of it, but if he were to just say, here, all of this is yours, there's no room in this 2-story, 2,800 square foot house. Or how big is my house?
Yeah.
pretty decent sized house.
Right.
But there's nowhere to store it all. It's so much. I guarantee you it's probably doubled in value of what she originally paid for it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Now, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, something that I got that's going to become valuable. I mean, as soon as I show it, it's going to triple in price, and everyone's going to want one. And I got Shayne one, too. You ready? Hold on. Get ready.
This is scary when this stuff happens.
Scary. Oh, wrong side. Wrong side.
It's long and cylindrical. It's got 2 round things. No, I don't need that.
Hold on.
Okay.
You ready?
This is probably is this not one of those wall of pleeks of you, is it?
You ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Where did you get that from?
What is it?
It's a This Is 50 wall poster banner.
It's a banner when we do our live events.
Oh. Okay. Hold on a minute.
Here's the other one.
DEF CON Live.
Yep. There you go.
Is that what that was supposed to say? Okay.
Oh.
Show note, now expected to do live broadcasts.
There you go.
Was not unaware.
Say that again. Do what?
I said show note, unaware, now expected to do live broadcasts.
Oh, we got some things lined up. We'll do some. Oh, sorry. We'll do some live broadcasts here in the next couple months or so.
As long as I get to feed a horse.
Oh, you'll get to feed a horse.
Would she let me ride one of her horses?
No, she will not. She won't even let me ride one of the horses.
I'll bet she'd let me do it.
So if you were watching the YouTube video, you could see those.
We could throw some. Let's throw some bets out of whether she'd let me do it or not. But you can't say anything to her. You just got to let me work my charm.
I already know the answer.
Well, I bet I could get her to let me do it.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
All right. We'll test that out one day.
I'll even put you on the cheap horse. She won't let you go. She won't let you ride it.
She hasn't heard my story. I can get her to do it.
Oh, my
But
wife's dying.
You can't. Yeah, you can't say anything while I'm explaining myself to her and giving her my story. You just have to sit back and just laugh or whatever it is you got to do to control yourself. But you can't say a word. You just got to let me. So you're telling me that there's nothing I could tell her that would let her.
Nope.
So she's compassionless.
It's not compassionless. She knows the value of these horses and the time and effort and training and stuff that she puts into these horses to let someone hold on
corral
to let someone who's untrained and not knowing the cues that this horse has already learned for the last 11, 12 years that we've had some of these horses. And she won't.
I bet I can do it.
This is not a trail horse, so.
This ain't a horse out on the beach of Mexico.
That's right. Look at this horse. They transferred into a robot.
No. If I ever get my hands on that collection, we'll display it for everybody on the YouTube channel.
We should put it on the put it behind you. Set up all your little G.I. Joe men or whatever that you got.
No.
Princess Leia, Yoda, whatever you got.
Listen, her collection would fill up one of those storage, Storage Wars. You ever seen that show?
What are we gonna do? What is it? What's the show? What's the one where they bring the tchotchke and the guy goes, this was a actual mirror from a 15th century whorehouse,
Antiques Roadshow?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is where Queen Elizabeth wiped her ass.
Yeah.
I mean, if I ever get my hands on that stuff, I'll let you know. It's a lot to look at.
All right, Shayne. We're going to take a little break. Shayne, you ever broken up with someone? Or is like your wife been the only one that you've ever like been with all the time?
Seriously?
Don't answer that. We'll answer that when we come back. So stick around. We'll be right back. So I haven't asked you in a while because you were having problems few months back about your gazebo thing, and you saturated everything. Is the gazebo up and running? I mean, this is perfect weather. I mean, we're getting into October here. It's getting cool out over here in the Charlotte area.
Mm-hmm.
The highs now are barely 78, 79 degrees, a little bit of wind. It's a little foggy in the morning, but the sun pops out around 2:00, but still. Have you been enjoying your gazebo?
Well, I'm trying. So my man cave is outside. Okay.
What room is that then that you're in right now with the guitars and the vinyl on the wall that you've been collecting?
Well, you got to have an outside man cave and an inside man cave if you're a real man cave kind of guy.
Well, you can see my man cave here. It's literally a cave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got a outside kind of sitting area out on your porch with your, your rocking chairs and your whatever. You and Amy can go out there and sit, and your dad and y'all can whatever you do. Mm-hmm. So I've got a pretty decent sized gazebo I bought from the Home Depot, by the way, will make you proud.
Oh, very good. Thank you for my stock purchase.
Well, so it's so it runs the length of the house and then comes out 17 feet because we have a hot tub out there as well. So it's a huge concrete slab that's out back behind the house.
Huge.
So one side is the gazebo, the other side is the hot tub. The problem that I have is we live in one of these neighborhoods where, they just they nuke everything, just wipe out the ground, take all the trees out, and then just build a housing development.
Right. So you have like no shade, no actual natural landscape.
The sun and the back of our house is brutal. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really, really bad. Plants have a hard time surviving. Anything that you put out there will fade in 2 weeks. Because the sun just beats down on everything. So
get a sun sail.
Well, we've got this gazebo, nice metal roof, 2-tiered, where it can vent out. But like I said, the patio extends out about 17 feet or so. But this gazebo is like a 10 by 12. Nice cedar post. It's a really nice gazebo. We got all of our little, bar signs up there. We've got speakers in it and, fans but the problem is that when the sun gets to a certain point in the day, it comes in from the side.
Sun sail.
And then it just lights everything up. But can I hook that to the gazebo itself?
Oh, yeah. Do you know what a sun sail is?
Yeah. So what I'm looking at, I think I know what a sun sail is.
I've got 3 of them because the garage is
Is it
detached.
retractable?
No.
See, I need something retractable.
Why?
Because I don't want. All right. So the problem is, no, everybody wants to. What I want to do is build a wall. I just want to put some slats across the thing.
Okay.
And just wall it in. But that will take away from the view.
Right.
They like to, because we do have trees back behind our fence.
You're not explaining why you need it retractable.
Sun, because they want to be able to see out. So if the sun is, it needs to be deployed when the sun gets to a certain position.
Okay.
So you know what that makes sense.
So what you would do is figure out the angle of the dangle of where the sun is coming in at. Then you put the sun sail at that angle.
Well, Travis, tell me how in the world do I get up to the sun and run a tape measure or some sort of right angle, whatever split level ding-a-lingy? How do you get the angle of what I want to do is build an actual extension and make the gazebo bigger. What the problem is I'm looking for a sunshade solution to extend the gazebo out further. So the sun doesn't, I know I'm going to get sun underneath.
What about a roll-up bamboo shade? We got that on
I've got those out there. But I need something that blocks the heat, that will the sun will hit it and then it will bounce the heat back off of it, because the roof is black metal. So the sun hits the roof and then it shoots it back off. Otherwise, you're just in an oven. Yeah, black metal.
Black metal.
Black Panther metal. I'm just looking for a solution for shading one side or 2 sides of the gazebo, extending it out so you can get some use out of it. Otherwise, you only get a few hours out of the day where it's useful. And that was a very expensive gazebo. You
got to take a picture of it, because I'm kind of losing you as far as the sun and shading it. I don't know.
Well, as the sun, so it moves. If you can imagine this, as the sun moves from the front of the house to the back, it goes from one corner to the adjacent corner. The sun. So as long as it's on one corner and moving over, by the time, and this is later in the day, the sun starts to set, and before it goes behind the trees, it angles in, and the sun and the heat get up under the gazebo later in the day, which is the time of day when we sit out there anyway. Nobody's out there in the morning super early.
Can you flip-flop the gazebo in the hot tub?
Oh, no, that hot tub, I can't even move that thing. I did move I moved the gazebo by myself yesterday, and I'm paying for it today. I walked it over, just pick up one side, move it an inch, and go back to the other side, and just kind of walked it. But I'm just looking for some sort of solution. I even thought about like those window awnings with the metal frame and the fabric.
Oh, don't be those people in the neighborhood. They're going to look at you and go, trailer trash.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm concerned about, is what my neighbors think.
Right. As you walk out there in your Spider-Man bikini bottoms.
I'm just looking for some sort of solution. I mean, you're I got Depot guy.
I got to see a picture of it. My initial reaction is yes, a sun sail of some sort. And you can angle those, it's a triangle, and you can angle those however you want. That, you put a bungee cord on the 3 sides, and they sit up there, and you can take them down. You physically have to take them down, but I mean,
I can send you pictures.
Well, don't send me it now. We're going to put it on the This Is 50 Facebook page.
I will.
All right. And then we can, and everyone that can go over there, they can see it, and they can put their requests in there as far as what to do.
Yeah. Just give me some ideas. Because here's the other problem is I'm having a hard time finding anything that will span. So the sun comes in at the longest or widest part of the gazebo. So you got a 10-foot, and then you got 12-foot across. So the sun hits the 12-foot side. I'm having a hard time finding anything that will span that far.
We are in the process of, we're thinking about doing this, because we went to Savannah and we sat out on this real nice, it was an antique hotel that we were sitting at, and they had a big, nice patio area. And what they had was a cable, like a nice,
antique hotel.
Yeah, like it's the original hotel. You know, they've updated everything and stuff, and it's real nice. And
Was it collectible?
it was very collectible. And what they had was an actual like a power, not a power cord, but a cable, a braided cable, real nice heavy duty one going from one side to the other. And they had exterior curtains with 3-inch eyelets. And we're like, oh God, this would be nice to have on the back porch of our house. You know, we got 8-foot sections, and that way we can close them, we can open them. The sun, you know, if the sun comes in, the sun goes out, you know, all that. It was nice, and make a little privacy area there.
Yeah, I thought about the curtains, but I need something to go out, not down, because then you're eating into the space up underneath where you can, you know, put everything. So it's hard to explain,
Yeah.
but somebody please give me a solution here, because it's driving me nuts. I like lay in the bed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning thinking, how can I do this?
I'm sure you do.
I do. I'm not kidding. I do. That's just the way my mind works.
Have you, in your whole entire relationships with people and stuff, I don't know how many relationships you've had, have you ever broken up with anyone?
I have not. No.
No? It was just Stephanie and that was it, and you married her and you're done?
I never, for the most part, I mean, I've never really gotten into because we met really, really early. And she was, let me go ahead and say 18.
Easy.
So I don't get in trouble.
Easy.
Yeah. She was 18. I was 19. I left out of high school, went into the military, got to my first duty station, met her.
Duty.
Yeah, duty. Met her. So that was all in the span of a year and a half. We dated for 6 months and got married.
Nice. Good for you.
I can believe that. But through high school, no serious relationships. It was mostly just kind of, let's go out to the movies, let's hang out, never boyfriend, girlfriend. So
I have been, because I'm the Casanova, as you well know.
Oh, I know.
I have, I can't count how many, there's a lot of things I can't count, but I can't count how many times I've dated someone and broken up, and serious relationships. Yeah, maybe a dozen I've had since, you know, I was able to date someone. But I was thinking about it the other day, my wife and I, we had a little spat, just a disagreement between the two of us. We were arguing, but it's more me seeing if I can make her upset. You know, that time poking the bears. You're like, shut up, you're being stupid. I'm like, no, I'm not. Mm-hmm. And I got to thinking about it. I was sitting down there thinking, I was like, you know what? I know of married people. Divorce is never on my mind at all. As far as, and we'll be married 10 years this coming March.
Well, I can't go anywhere. I'm a kept man.
Well, so I was thinking, I was like going, you know what? I was like, you know, I've seen people like on Facebook. You talk about the Facebook and, you know, prayers. We need prayers. I need prayers. I can't explain right now. And then, you know, 3 weeks later, you're saying, you know, status single. You know, oh, there you go. That's what happened. I see so many people that get divorced. And then I see so many people that break up and get back together again and break up and get back together again. I was thinking to myself, all right, what would have happened if I was to marry one of those people that I broke up and got back together with, which was never an option for me. I never broke up, and I can count on a handful of times that I've broken up with someone and gotten back together. I've always led the mentality as far as when you break up,
it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's like the spoiled milk theory. You know, it's going to the fridge late at night, grabbing a gallon of milk, taking a sip and going, oh my God, this is spoiled. Putting it back in the refrigerator, going, maybe it'll be better tomorrow. No, it's pretty much done.
Well, see, what you need to do is get you know, those T-shirts with the arrow pointing to the left that says, I'd tap that, with the person walking. Get you one that says, I've tapped that.
Right. So I was thinking about
copyright. This is 2023, by the way.
There you go. Audio trademark. I was thinking about, you know, Amy and I, we've even dating, because we dated for years and years and years, because she was on a career path and I was trying to figure out what I was trying to do in life. But we always
trying to get sober.
Waiting a lot longer for that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was doing my career thing. She was doing her career thing. And then it just melded into one, but we never really like broke up and, oh, take me back, that type deal. And I think in my mind, the reason why I say this is I think I've made the right choice, as far as, we've never broken up. We've never talked about divorce. We've never talked about separating. You need to go your way for a little bit. You need to find yourself. And you hear so many stories about that. Now, granted, I didn't get married till I was 40 and she was 32. But still, when the people that get married so early in life, and that's why I bring it up, for you got married when you were 18, 19, 20 years old. Have you and Stephanie, like, not to get in your personal, but here we go. I'm going to get into it. Never said, I'm separated, divorce, we're out of here. And then, no, I'm sorry, I was drunk or you were stupid and all that stuff.
No, we're an anomaly. People do not know. They can't figure us out. We dated for 6 months, got married. Everybody said, oh, yeah, this will never last, and blah, blah, blah. We 30 years this past January. We're getting ready to come up on 31 years. We've argued and fought like married couples do,
right.
But she's done donuts out in the cul-de-sac,
Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, I mean, we've had our fair share of arguments, and I'm moving, and but it never materialized. It was always.
See, we've never, Amy and myself have never even had that. We've never gotten to that point ever.
Not yet.
Well,
you ain't been married long enough.
Well, we've been married, but we're still the same age. You and I are the same age. And I think, Stephanie's a little older than Amy, but still, Amy is, at an age too, our age group. And we've never really, I mean, granted, the next morning, she'll always like, you were an asshole last night. And, I don't appreciate that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. that type of stuff.
Oh, you have civilized arguments.
We do. We don't get, but I mean, I was just thinking about it.
That's fine. I mean, if that's the way y'all are, but everybody's going to get into a scuffle. But we've always kind of like made up here to, an hour or so later. It never got to the point to where not one time have I ever, I might have packed my bags up just for show.
Really? I don't even think I've gotten that. Because
I did that one time. I packed my bags up and I got to the back door and, I'm standing there with my 2 duffel bags. I'm looking
Girl,
back
I'm leaving you tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'm looking back at her with that look on my face. And in my mind, I'm going, please tell me to stop.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I have nowhere to go. Please don't let me go out the door because I'm just going to go get in the car and sit in the driveway for an hour.
One thing that Amy always says and kind of confirms my decision of marrying her. Not that I need confirming. She's like, you're not going anywhere. It's till death do us part. And I kind of go, oh. that little,
you see the smoke come up from behind her head. And
she's rubbing her head.
Nowhere.
So I was just curious because I think about like all the past relationships. Now, granted, they were fun relationships, but I was like, there was no way I can see being the rest of my life with this person. And
you don't marry, you only marry the one that you want to settle down with and get rid of that, kind of crazy lifestyle.
What are you talking about? What?
Well, I don't know what you two do over there out in the country, but maybe, yeah. None of my business.
Come on, baby.
Send pictures.
Come on, baby, get the swing down.
I don't care what y'all doing. Videotape next time. Yeah, I've never. It's weird for me because honestly, I've never. I'm like I said, I went out with girls. We went to the movies. We did this. We hung out, but
held hands.
Yeah, it was like take me to Burger King. It's just early '90s, late '80s, early '90s kind of stuff. There was nothing to do back then anyway. Collect Transformer toys.
You're a nerd. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of story that a lot of people do, where they've had, multiple partners and, 2 or 3 divorces, marriages and divorces.
Right, exactly. I don't have
that.
It's just weird. Oh God,
get it out of there, buddy.
I almost died on that one. So I
10
was
more seconds and my heart's stopping.
I was trying to be the good Samaritan with all the people, all the stuff that I always tell you guys about me yelling at people and yelling, you're an idiot, this and that. And I tried to make up for it the other day, driving down the road. I'm like, oh, something happened. I said, let me be the good man. Let me be the better man. I'm going to be a good Samaritan. And my inner asshole took over, and I'll tell you what happened when we come back.
Never fails.
Yeah, I know. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back. Shayne, you ever heard about the Whole30?
Whole30.
Whole30.
What porn website is that on?
You get the Whole30, baby.
You said you wanted the Whole30.
Yeah, there you go. WHOLE 30. Whole30.
All right. It's got to be some sort of supplement, weight loss program, some sort of suck your money.
Well, no.
Snake oil,
No.
Scamalicious something. What is it?
It's a way of eating, and I thought about
There
you.
we go.
It's a way of eating
Said.
where you're not allowed to have any. Sugar is the biggest thing, but there's also a lot of other additive stuff that you're not allowed to have. For example, you can have almond flour, but you can't have regular flour, enriched flour or whatever. You can have this, but you can't have that. You can't have no artificial sweeteners, nothing with sugar, cellulose, curlose, fructose, anything like that. It's what they call clean eating. And the name of the program is Whole30. Go around.
Hey. Just leave it on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
Go around.
And one of the things that you can't have is this guy right here. On a Whole30 diet.
Are you expecting me to jump on the internet and get signed up for that freaking piece of crap diet? No.
Amy's on it right now only because, they always say, processed sugars and processed food and all this processed stuff, it brings you down. It makes you sluggish. If you eat it, you only have dopamine's only so much, and then you come back down. You feel, but it's supposed to make you have more energy, it's a clean eating way, of eating. Mm-hmm. And I have I've been eating it. I've been eating Whole30 for the last, what's today? Friday? The last 4 days. But you need to do it every 30 days. That's what the 30 stands for. If you do it for 30 days, and then you can start introducing like a bread, one meal a week and stuff like that. Amy's on it like hardcore. Like she eats, you're allowed to have fruit, cut up fruit and stuff. We had ground grass-fed pork with eggs and spinach and sun-dried tomatoes in a casserole, and that was our breakfast. We cut them up in squares and stuff. You're allowed to have that. You can't have, when you have coffee, you can't have no dairy whatsoever. So no creamer, no cheese, anything like that. So it's like all these new things that I have to now buy when we go grocery shopping. I can't buy a thing of ragu and a box of noodles, pasta, and say, okay, that's dinner for the night. So she's been doing that, and her goal is, they say once you get past 2 weeks, your body basically kicks on. Like when you're doing the Atkins diet, that ketosis kicks in, almost the same effect. And so she's on it, and I'm trying to help her. I said, look, babe, my body, I know my body. I know what puts on weight on me and how I know how to get weight off. I've been doing it up and down, up and down. I know what my problem is. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I do too. It's the same problem I have.
But I said, if you make the meals, I will eat them with you. But I'm still going to maintain, if I want a piece of cheese, I'll eat a piece of cheese, but not in front of you. I won't go, when I go grocery shopping, I always get us little treats and stuff. I get the family size M&Ms, and we'll eat those while we're watching TV at night. I'll get like the thing of ice cream, the Walmart ice cream I told you about. It's like $1.67, but it's like 700 calories. How can it be that cheap and be that many calories? Come on, do me a favor.
Because it tastes good.
Yes, exactly. So I said, I will do the eating portion with you to support you on doing this. What are you shaking your head for?
Because my philosophy on losing weight.
I know everything. 2,000 calories. Once you hit the 2,000 calories, then you're done.
It's calories in versus calories out. You've got to, and those calories out is dependent upon your activity level.
Now I have done more work on the property in the last 3 weeks, outside of being, I had the swamp fever that 1 week where I didn't do anything. But normally during the week, I take 1 to 2 days off. I usually take Tuesday off or Thursday off. Like here at the house, I will sit in the back room and I'll eat some popcorn. I'll play video games and, and I'll spend time with her while she's working. I won't say anything because I got headphones on. But for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing the new fence. I've been building and constructing this studio up and down these stairs, putting in light fixtures, putting in electrical boxes, doing all this stuff, trying to keep myself active and busy here on the property. So I haven't taken any quote unquote days off in the last 3 weeks, keeping busy. And like I said before, I know what my body needs. And yes, I'm not doing enough physical activity for the calories out. So,
well, you can throw some treadmill in there if you wanted to, but that only burned, let's say you did 30 minutes hardcore on the treadmill. You're going to burn at the most 250 calories.
No. 30 minutes?
Yes.
I will burn, because I've done Planet Fitness. I burn almost 500 calories. Hardcore on a treadmill.
You're on one of those carnival
Planet Fitness. Yeah, Planet Fitness goes, look, you were on it for 15 minutes. You lost 1,000 calories. Here's some pizzas and bagels, in the lobby.
I will agree that there are certain things that you can eat and certain things that you can do that will up your metabolism. Mm-hmm. But the more weight you lose, the faster your metabolism gets.
Right.
Losing weight is the fastest way or the best way to up your metabolism.
So I don't know if you've heard about the Whole30. My wife is on it.
It sounds like another scam.
It's not.
We've done every single diet you can think of. I've never heard of the Whole30, but nothing works. Nothing. The only thing that's ever worked for me or my wife is a calorie deficit. I'm a skeptic.
Well, not only does the Whole30 work, the grocery bill has gone up $35 to $45 per week now, because now I have to buy the grass-fed beef. But the trade-off is I'm not buying 4 and 5 bags of Doritos. So, that's $20 there. So the swing goes both ways.
I got a serious question.
All right.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
When you're eating the way that you used to versus the way you're eating now,
for the last 4 days,
be honest with me. When are you the most happy?
What do you mean? Like,
are you stressed? Do diets stress you out?
No.
You sure?
Well, by the time I'm eating it, I eat breakfast in the morning. I have.
Okay. So after you've checked out at the grocery store, listen to me now.
All right.
You checked out at the grocery store and you've bought all of this Whole30 crap.
Dude.
Yeah. And you've seen your bill go up, your grocery bill go up $30, $40, $50, $60, $70. Do you get a little bit of oh my God?
No, because
then you go ahead and swipe anyway. You go ahead and make these purchases because you think at the time, this is going to be great. I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. We're going to get healthy. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But there's a level of stress that comes along with any kind of diet, right? Would you agree on that?
The only, and I will agree, but I want to add to that. The stress that I get is from my wife because I want to support her. So that's what I said. I want to, if you make a breakfast casserole, I will eat that every morning with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And at night, she's cutting up strawberries and kiwi and stuff, and we'll be sitting in bed like last night we were watching Survivor. And, I'll be sitting there, no ice cream, no chocolate, no M&Ms, no nothing. I'm sitting there with my infused water and stuff, and she'll lean over and, put a strawberry in my mouth while we're sitting there, watching. Here, you want a piece of kiwi? And I'll take that, and so on and so forth. As long as
so you're saying you're doing it so she can feed you like you're Caesar.
Bring it over here.
Grapes, my lord.
The only thing that stresses me out is when you tell me or force me to do a diet that I don't want to do. That's what stresses me out. I'll do diets all day long. I will go without bread all day long. I'll go without pasta or whatever, all that stuff all day long. But when you say you need to do this, that's when I shut down. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't work for me.
Well, speaking of the Romans, they had a saying that I'm quite fond of.
Pee on your shoes.
Especially in my older, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your life. Enjoy your food. Enjoy. It's eat whatever you want to. It's just watch how much of it that you eat. That's the reason you get fat when you're drinking beer. It's not the beer.
I know.
I've lost all control of my sensibilities. Same thing with smoking weed. You get drunk, you get high. At that point, you don't care about how much you're just shoving in whatever you can get your hands on.
Fucking David Hasselhoff and a hamburger in your mouth.
Yeah. You could live off of beer if you figure out what your body's calorie count is in versus out.
Mm.
You can live off of peanut butter M&Ms. It's just you can't eat as much of it. You got to stop when you hit your calorie count. Same thing with beer. People used to live off of beer.
That's how they built That's how they built the pyramids.
Yeah. I mean, that was a source of nutrition for people, and they were skinny as rails. So it's not what you're eating, it's how much.
Yeah. So I've been eating.
You can take your whole 30 and shove it up your hole.
Right up your 30 ass.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe there's if there's any benefit to it at all, it's the clean eating.
And that's what it is mostly, is the clean eating.
You might feel better. You might have more energy. Anytime you incorporate like fruits and vegetables and that kind of stuff in there, you're going to have more energy. It's going to give you more energy than any kind of processed food. But as far as you losing weight, nah.
Well,
it's a scam.
Well, not only that, she's been, she can't drink beer or anything like that. And it was nothing for her, at the end of the day, have, 3 or 4 beers while we're sitting on the back porch and wrapping the day up. And that, 3 or 4 beers times, 7 days a week. I mean, that's a lot for her. Not for me. That's a day for me, but still.
It's like 7 minutes.
Right. But so, I mean, that's her main thing. So I think by default, sticking to this regimen or this pattern of eating will, like I said, by default, will help her lose weight and feel better about herself.
Let me give you an example.
All right.
Okay. My daughter she's disabled. She can't move. I mean, she can move, a little bit. She can't walk.
Right.
That kind of thing. So she's bedridden. How is it that we have to be careful about her calorie count? Because if she doesn't get enough calories through the day, she will start to rapidly lose weight. And she's immobile. She doesn't move. She doesn't do a thing.
There's an insulin balance too.
Well, her insulin's fine. So it's a calorie in so anyway, it's called your basal, whatever, tomato basil, whatever.
Ooh, now I want a pizza.
Yeah. Your basic metabolic rate. So your body burns a certain amount of calories just to stay alive.
Right. And that's usually what they say, like 1,300 or something like that, depending on your weight. There's a formula for however many pounds you weigh, add 35 calories for every pound or something like that. Something silly like that, 3.5 pounds or something.
So whatever her calorie count is for the day, just to stay alive, if I kept it at that, it doesn't matter what what she eats, whether it's a feed or a bag of M&Ms or Twinkies or whatever. There was a study that was done. This nutritionist, he figured out what his daily calorie count should be based on his height, his current weight, his age, and his activity level. And he figured that out. He stayed at that calorie count. But guess what he ate?
What?
Twinkies. That's all he ate. But once he hit that max calorie count, he stopped eating. Now, you can, if you're not eating
died.
Twinkies, yeah, no. So he lost 60 pounds. His bad cholesterol went down. His good cholesterol went up.
You should write a book, Shayne.
His blood pressure went down.
You should write 2 books.
Well, if I could write.
Well, you were talking about you need a hobby. That's what you could do. You should write a book.
Well, I can't spell, so nobody would know what the hell I'm talking about.
Chat GPT can help you.
Seriously, it's a calorie in versus calorie out. And my daughter is a perfect example because, she can't exercise.
Well, I've got the asshole in and the asshole out. That my inner asshole.
Oh, well, what's going in?
Well, I'll tell you about what happened.
You're getting freaky on the ranch?
No. I tried to be a good guy and I messed up. So, well,
you're okay.
I'll tell you the story. You tell me, am I an asshole or not? How about that?
Okay.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Show's a little long, but we haven't seen each other for a couple weeks, so.
Yeah. Well, I got beer drinking to do out on the patio there. It's the sun is in the perfect position to burst me into flames now, so I'm itching to get out there.
Put some block on, sunblock.
So when you're looking at this picture at the gazebo, that's where the sun is coming from. Okay. What it all boils down to, Mr. Holmes, is that I could not afford the larger gazebo.
It's fine.
At the time. And it's not suiting the purposes as of right now.
All right.
So I'm trying to figure out how to
Shayne,
cheaply do this.
Shayne image.
That's my wife in the background. Don't pay any attention to that. She's eating her Whole30 dinner. If I go downstairs, I'm going to get caught up in something.
All right. Well, do you want to go down there now? We can. I'll wait. Go ahead. You sure?
No,
I'll wait.
No. Like I said, I'll get caught up in something that I don't want to have to do.
Just pull your hat down low, and then just walk down there and pretend like you don't live there.
You don't understand. Phil sits outside the door out here.
Does he?
No.
Like sitting outside the principal's office? Yeah. Mr. McManus, I'd like to talk to you about something real quick. Can you come in here for a second?
Nah, there's just so much going on around here that you gotta, I gotta focus on. And then when this is done, then I can focus on that.
So something my dad was focusing on the other day. He came up here and he can't walk upstairs anymore. He can barely. This is 2 flights of stairs to get up here.
Seriously, what would happen if he tried to walk up the stairs?
He's already fallen.
Oh, okay.
Because from the garage where we're above right now, we've got a nice sun deck, and then we've got 7 steps, ADA accessible, going up to the back porch or the back deck, going
American
into
Dental Association accessible. Is that what you said?
Yes, exactly.
ADA. Okay.
He's got perfect teeth.
It's the Americans with Disabilities Act. Is that what you were going for?
Yeah, I'll go with that too.
Okay.
He's fallen because he's trying to carry too much in his hands, and a hand for. Anyways, he's falling. He's hit the ground a couple times. Anyway, so he's
a little shaky in his movements now in his older age.
Right. And these stairs right here, he doesn't come up at all. He came up one time and he was like going, I just want to come up. And I'm like in the middle of a show, and you watch the door open in the background. I'm like going, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I want to. And this is like when he first moved in. I'm like, Dad, I'm in the middle of a show. Well, and he's holding the door to hold himself up to try. Well, what do I do? I'm like, Dad, just fucking come in and sit down over there.
Is he leaning on the door like he's pissing in a urinal?
Yeah, because he's got the door open, and he's 2 steps from getting into the studio, and he's like going, well, what do I do? Because he doesn't want to turn around and go back down. I'm like, fucking just come in, Dad.
That's funny.
So he came up. I told him, what are you doing up there? I'm like, Dad, I'm redoing the whole entire studio. And you can see this over on YouTube and all of our listeners over there. And he comes in, he's like, oh, wow, this is really nice. I said, remember what it looked like before? And he's like, yeah, and he's blah, blah, blah. So we go into the other room over there because we got the room split off. Wall built, opened up the door. He's like, where's my amplifier? And I go, it's right there, Dad. My dad has a 1965 twin tube Fender Super Reverb amplifier.
Ooh, I bet that sounds good.
This thing takes a half hour to warm up because it's the tubes, and it's got, I think, like 30 tubes in the back of it. You cannot put that thing on number 3 and stand in front of it. That's how fucking loud this thing is.
Yeah.
He goes,
probably worth some money, too.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Speaking about collectibles.
Getting to the meat of the problem.
He goes, I'm thinking about selling that. And I go, bullshit, you are. He goes, why? It's mine. I go, bullshit, you're selling that. It's been in my house, in my possession for the last 20 some odd years. This is our amplifier. I said, Dad, I can get $1,600 for it in the condition that it's in. I said, yeah, tough shit. I will give you $1,600. I will knock that off your rent or whatever you pay. He wanted to sell it. He wanted to sell this classic. Classic. Super reverb.
You can't find that stuff anymore.
A tube amp too. If you're any guitar players out there know the crispness and the power and the depth of a sound of a twin tube amp or a tube amp altogether rather than a transistor amp. So I was like, oh nope, tough shit. It's staying here. You can fight me all day long. And I said, Dad, this thing right here, I hate to say it, this is your legacy. This is your amp. Because he had a band growing up, when he's 18, 19, 20 years old, and it was a group called the Mailmen, and males meaning like male and female, Mailmen, and he had a couple records out and stuff like that. That's where I learned to play guitar, listening to him and hanging out with him and all that stuff. And he had this, he said he paid like $300 back in 1960, whatever. And what's that?
Playing with my guitar.
Oh, but he's also got, Takaminis and all that other acoustic.
There's my amp.
Was that a Fender?
Yeah, it's a Fender Frontman. It's probably worth about $16.
$42 if you plug it in. But that's
not worth what he's got.
That's a transistor amp as to where this is a tube amp. So anyways, that was the cover. I said, he was so worried about, I'm going to sell it for $6. I'm like, Dad, do you need the money? You got my mom's life insurance. You've got all the money that she was hiding in accounts, tens and tens of thousands of dollars, made over $200 and something thousand on the house that he sold. Do you need this $1,600? Well, I don't, I just want the money. I don't, I'm like,
give him the money. I mean, that's kind of like an heirloom, isn't it? For you anyway.
I'm keeping it. This is mine. You talk about collectibles. Yeah. I'm keeping that and always keeping that until I die, which will probably be 4:30 or so.
Oh, okay. Then it comes to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you better hurry up and get it in your will. I would. That's kind of like an heirloom item. So don't let him get rid of it. Give him the money if he wants it.
I'm not giving him the money. He does. I do enough for him here, and he does enough for us here. It's just.
What are you going to tell him, Dad? Either leave it alone. If you don't give this to me,
It's Shayne. It's been in my possession for the last 25 years.
So now it's common law.
Yeah, it's common law. It's mine. He hasn't touched it. He hasn't touched it in years. So there you go.
Well, yeah, don't let him get rid of it. I mean, if he's just that adamant about it, pay for it.
No,
buy it from him.
He has no say so. It's been in like I said, in my possession for. It's not going anywhere. Sorry.
Shut up, Dad.
Yeah,
shut up.
I'll push you down the steps. We'll make this real quick.
Fall back down the stairs.
I will get this amber real quick. Push you down the stairs.
You need to play something for us.
Oh, I can't
hook it up.
I can't play the guitar because
nope.
Because I ran my hand over a table saw. I severed all these.
Yesterday?
No. Probably about 8 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's healed up now.
Well, when you come over to look at the studio and stuff, I'll turn it on. Let me know the day before because I'll have to fire it up for it to warm up.
I'm going to take that amp back with me.
I was driving down the street the other day, Shayne.
All right.
Doing my my little trip to Lowe's to get some drywall and molding and stuff for here in the studio. Textured all the walls, getting the paint and all that stuff. And you've done like home improvement stuff in your time, right?
Yep.
You know what a toilet in the back of a truck looks like, right? The toilet, like if you're going to replace the toilet, you know what the box looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
like a box with a picture of a toilet on it.
Yes. So I'm sitting, and it's just tall enough where it sticks out. If you put it in the back of a bed of a truck, it sticks out over the bed of the truck, maybe 4 or 5 inches, right? It's a tall box. I'm sitting at the stoplight, the one stoplight that goes in and out of this Lowe's. And I'm sitting there, I'm like going, oh, look, toilet. And I'm looking at the truck. This is my brain. And I go, oh, look, these guys must be contractors or something, because it's a white Ford F-150 with dents in the side. That's the only one, and a ladder strapped to the roof. Yeah. So I'm looking at it, and light turns green. I'm like, all right. So they pull out, 2 lanes of traffic, both going left. We all get into the big major highway, 74, Roosevelt Boulevard, and I'm following behind him. He takes off. Whew. He's got a date. He's trying to get this toilet in as quickly as possible. I'm sure there's a time frame. He's losing money or making money. And I'm sitting there, and I'm driving, and I got my truck, my $110,000 truck I'm driving, no dents on mine, and I'm driving it, and I'm looking at it.
I mean, dust is not even allowed to settle on this truck.
I will not. Bird shits on it, that bird dies. So I'm driving behind the truck, and he's probably 5-6 car lengths in front of me now, truck lengths in front of me. And I see something fly out, and it rolls on the street. And I'm very, very conscious. When I drive, I always look at the road. I'm looking for nails. I'm looking for any sharp objects. I'm looking for potholes. My wife, she's like this driving. Left to right, head left to right. Oh, look at that car over there. Look at that over there. Pothole. Oops, I didn't see that. You didn't see it because you're not looking at the road.
Preach it, brother.
So I'm driving, and all of a sudden I see this thing fly out of the back of the truck. I'm like, oh, it looks like a piece of paper. As I get closer to it, I realize, now when you buy a toilet, Shayne, there's one thing that does not come with the toilet. Do you know what that one thing is?
That is probably your wax plug.
Well, the wax plug, no, some of them do actually come with the wax plug now, but the main thing to make the toilet...
The template. The floor template, so you can get your bolts in the right place. Okay. I'll shut up now.
No. I want to hear all the stuff that you think does not come with the toilet.
The person to clean it.
The supply line.
Oh.
Because they don't
know.
know.
The plastic, like the PVC, flexible PVC line?
Yeah, whatever the supply line, because the toilet, and this way I had to explain to people when I was working at Home Depot, the toilet people don't know how far away your shutoff valve is. So if they give you a 4-inch, of course you need a 9-inch, and then hey. Yeah, but they don't supply the supply line.
Yeah.
So you have to buy that extra.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm driving, I see this piece of paper hit the pavement and start rolling around, and I look at it, and immediately I know what it is. It's the supply line. He left it on top of the box.
Oh, no.
And took off. Now, 2 things fell off of that box before the supply line did.
The receipt?
Well...
And his change.
I don't know. Other things were flying out. I wasn't paying attention. But one thing fell off, or 2 things that fell off, identical items, were paint stirring sticks. So he must have bought some paint. And then in the process, the supply line flew off the top of the box. Now, I couldn't see it in traffic when we were sitting at the stoplight just because of the angle of the dangle. I couldn't see that where, sure enough, supply line falls off, rolls. I must have hit it. Maybe the guy behind me, I didn't hit it, by the way. I don't hit stuff like that. I pay attention to the road. Guy behind me probably hit it. It's flat. So I said, you know what? This is going to suck. I've been in that situation where, man, I bought it. Where's it at? Oh my God, you get to the job, now you got to go back to the store and get another supply line. So I'm trying to catch up to the guy. And he is literally bat out of hell hauling ass. And I'm like going, I'm trying to pull up, I'm trying to roll down my window, and I look over, and I get right next to him, and he's getting ready to get on the on-ramp to swing around and head to another section of town. I pull up next to him, and I see 2 18-year-old, 19-year-old Mexican kids.
Oh, female?
No, male.
Okay.
And I literally like rolled up and I go, and I'm like going, burp, burp, burp. And I'm look over to find because I don't drive my truck that often. I'm looking for the one that rolls down that window over there. And I'm like, what fucking button is it on this side? God damn this fucking truck. It's only got like 6,000 miles on it. We've had it for 2 years. And I look over and they're 2 Mexicans and they're just barely you can barely see their head, and they're chattering away. And I look over and I try to roll the window down. And by the time I hit the horn and I look over, they get off on the exit, and I go, fuck it. I'm not telling them. Yeah. I'm not following them. I'm not telling them. They need to learn. Now, if it was an older guy, someone of our age, 50, I would have followed him and said, hey, man, you hate to say it, a little while back, you lost your supply line. You might need to turn around before you go back to the job. No, these were two kids. And I said, as soon as I saw they were Mexican, and as soon as I saw they were kids, I literally go, window back up, keep on, head down the road, going back home.
Racial profiling is what you're doing.
So my initial
your ass back over that wall.
my initial reaction was to do good, Shayne. I was going to do good. I tried. And then I looked over and everything inside of my evil core goblin that's inside of me, my asshole goblin, looks and goes, they're kids. they need to learn that shit right away quick. And I'm like going, okay, fuck it. Window back up. Back on down the road.
Well, maybe they had young children of their own at home that they were trying to support, but now that they took off and the supply line fell off onto the ground, now they're going to get docked their pay, and now their kids are not going to be able to eat.
They got enough. Those kids will eat fine. They got enough tortillas in their house, I'm sure.
Oh my God! Listen to their tortillas.
What? The whole family. If you want to eat, if you never want to starve, move in with a Mexican family.
I agree with you, but they're not on the Whole30 diet, are they?
No, they're not. Not with all the tortillas and refried beans and shit. Jesus Christ. No wonder the mamas look like they're fucking 50-pound Mexican bowling balls.
Well, I'll wait till I'm determined the Whole30 diet's not working, then I'll go move in with a Mexican family.
Well, worst case scenario, if you ever break up with Stephanie, you have to move in with a Mexican family.
Oh, no, that'll never happen. Like I said, I'm a kept man. I'm smart.
What kind of truck is that? Does it turn into an animal? This is cool.
Well, and you got, 6,000 miles on your truck?
Yeah.
2 years old?
Yeah.
About time to trade that in, isn't
it? The guy who bought my old, my blue truck that I have, he said, I'm saving up to buy this one in 10 years.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, you got
I remember old Blue. I liked old Blue.
Blue was a good truck. Pay cash for that truck many years ago when I sold my landscape business.
Well, good for you. Yeah, you made the effort. You spent 35 seconds trying to track those people.
No, minute and a half, because it took the whole process. The thing fell off the trunk and had to go catch up to the guy, and he was viciously going turn signal right, and I was trying, hey, beep, 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 and then that was it, and lost him.
Okay, well, good. God will let you live another minute and a half.
Hopefully. What else you got going? What else you got going on? Anything, Shayne?
I don't know. I guess I'll go back here in my gazebo and stress out about what I'm going to do with it. There's just no real economical solution. So,
well, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it on the Facebook, the This Is 50 Show Facebook page, and you guys can give your opinion out there. So make sure you like and subscribe over there.
Yeah, give me ideas of what you want to do, and then also please offer to come over and do the work.
Because you got too much other stuff going on.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it.
All right, Shayne. Anything else before I let you go?
No, I think we're good over here.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
All right.
Even if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
All right, I'll talk to you later. That's your cue. All right, Shayne. Hold on, let's try this again. All right, Shayne, I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you, bye.
I was going to say, you got to...
Nothing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
What?
Hold on.
What am I supposed to say?
Hold on.
I need a cue.
I got to pee.
All right. We have to cater to your bladder. Who is talking? I heard a phone ringing. Here he comes.
Sorry, I was like, man, if I don't wrap this up, I'm going to pee on the fucking floor.
Well,
that's what
I got to go too, but I'm thinking I can probably make it another 15 seconds.
No, I couldn't. Oh. All right, there you go.
All right. What am I supposed to say? I'm totally lost on how you want to. Good grief, what a chaotic.
I'll teach you, kid. Don't worry.
Just all over the place.
Go to the bathroom if you have to, because I want to talk to you about a couple things.
Okay, hold on.
And get your beer while you're out there.
I got it. No.
Do it.
Spend too much time outside.